Hey traders, TG Watkins here. It's the morning of July 14th when I'm recording this. Hope everybody's having a good Friday and excited for the weekend. Anyway, if you guys are new to my channel or anything else like that, you can come over to profitpilot.com where I have my newsletter, or you can come over to simplertrading.com/Moxie. All right, so a couple things I want to show you as far as the market now. We've had a really great run. This has been just absolutely fantastic. The dips have been viable. The flags have been short and productive. So this is looking quite good. But we are getting to a point where, at least in the near term, I would be expecting some sort of pullback. I don't know if that means that this is going to be the beginning of a more major pullback, but what I can say is, this up here just getting a little bit frothy up on the daily chart. We're getting up to that 30 ATR. We're gapping off of the moving average down there. We could just kind of see anytime that happens, it does tend to pull back. So just kind of be aware of that. If you're seeing, we've been seeing a lot of pretty big moves in the market, so we'll go through some of those. And it's just prudent to, cash in or take some risk off or something like that, and then just wait for better opportunities. So we'll see if there are pullbacks, and again, better opportunities like little pullbacks like that. For the indexes at least. And today, I don't know, it might be a bit of a weak candle. So we'll have to see how that goes. Because again, if you look at this, it's been a strong several days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's been 5 straight days. Kind of like when we were watching this pullback here, leading up into the 4th of July weekend, we had 5 straight down days. And you could see that after that happened, what did we get? Pretty big move to the upside. So just kind of remember, we're seeing some overdone conditions. Another way we can look at that is we look over here at the internals, and once again, we've had 5 really strong days, and you can see, just 5 really strong days. And today, we're starting to see kind of the first day where some weakness is starting to show up, and you can see some mixed breadth indicators in through here. So, yeah, that's one way to look at it. And then another way is we can come over to here. Let's bring that down a bit. And let me change my color so we get, there we go. And what we can see is, the market has been doing well, and the internals have also been doing really well. We can see that new highs are expanding, which is fantastic. This is really what we want to see. But let me go to the next chart. The only other thing I could really say about this, perhaps, is that maybe this is getting a little bit too toasty, a little too hot. So just be aware of that. This one I think is a little bit more of what we can see. You can see that this is the number of stocks over their 20-day SMA. And yes, we reached a bit of a peak here and it pulled back, and we can see that the market did pull back a little bit. But then you can see they turned right around and they've been sustaining. So this is a different characteristic than what we've been seeing, where it goes like that, pulls back, and we see negative divergence. We do that and pulls back. So this has actually been persisting. Which is good. As I said, it can kind of stay up here at a high range, which it is. And as that has been persisting, you can see the number of stocks over their 50-day SMA has been increasing, and then also their 200-day SMA have been increasing. Now, the only problem is that at some point, things are going to get a little too bullish, a little too overdone. Too many people are going to be on one side of the market, and eventually we'll get a more major, more meaningful pullback. Can't exactly see when that is, but we're just kind of, just be prepared that we're kind of getting up to an area where the majority of stocks are over, their certain moving averages, and that does tend to signal some sort of, pullback because the market is up there. Again, if you look at this, we're at 0.83. 83% of stocks are over their 50-day SMA, and the highest this has gone is around 90. 90. So we're getting close to being pretty far up there. Same thing with the 200. We're at 70, so there's a little bit more room, and you can see this thing just really doesn't go much past 80. So overall, the market is good, very strong, very healthy, but in the near term, we're getting signals to say, just a little bit of caution is probably warranted out there. If we were to try and look at the VIX, I was looking at this thing, and there's really not too much to work with. The only thing we had was we had the Moxie price trigger here. Oops, let me change my color. There we go. We had the Moxie price trigger back here, which gave us a double bottom with a trampoline move, and that's what helped set up the VIX back there. Okay, that's the first move. And what did it do? It ran right into the daily 50 and ran right into the hourly 21. So I was expecting it to pull back. But now here we are back down in the $13 range, and we're doing another double bottom. And again, the Moxie indicator is above 0. So, if you just kind of look at this situation, there could be another little move up in the VIX. Now, I'm not saying it's going to change trend. This is a pretty strong trend to the downside. This is pretty significant, downtrend. So I'm not expecting this to just start trending up like this, but I could see a pop. So just kind of be prepared for that. We could see a pop in the VIX. The VIX is very low, so be aware of that. And if we look at the UVXY, there's not too much to work with here. I have been noticing volume is increasing, so there's a chance that people could be hedging with this. They're starting to see kind of what's going on at the market, and they're like, well, how much lower can this go? And maybe I should just buy some insurance. And that could be one way to be looking at it. Again, you had the pop, ran right into these moving averages, just like you could see here and here and here. And then it came back down. So now we're just going to have to see, if this is going to be a more legitimate pullback. Are we going to start seeing something here? Yes, the Moxie indicator is firing, and we could be having some trampoline moves here on the hourly chart. So just something to be aware of. All right, now if we look at say some of the fun stuff, and we look at FUBO, here's an example of names that are getting a little bit overbought. Great moves. We've been talking about these in the Moxie room for a few weeks, and basically, talk about buy the dips, buy the dips, buy the dips, and then finally we get this explosion. The thing that the theme basically that I've been talking about with the Moxie subscribers is that you got to buy the dips because breakouts aren't really working until they work. And if they do work, then you got to be just Johnny on the spot in order to catch anything like that. So it's like, oh, is that the breakout, or is that the breakout? Is that the breakout? Nope, nope, nope. But this one is. Okay. Well, how do you catch that? Well, as I said, you're gonna have to be a real Johnny on the spot to figure out which one is going to work. So I've kind of been talking about fishing and buying the dips and finding the flags, and then they finally move. So if you can kind of find these lower areas, that'll set you up for whenever price really does get up and go. So this is fantastic that FUBO is doing this, that the market is doing this. I love this, but you really don't want to be buying FUBO up here. If anything, you probably want to take a few chips off the table if you are already in a name like this. This is good stuff, but it's kind of a signal that, it is likely to pull back somewhere around here. Best case scenario, you go sideways for a little bit, but even sideways can roll over and start moving down. The other thing is you can see on the weekly chart, you're coming right up into that weekly third ATR, and so that's just showing how extended things are. Let's see if we get my crosshair. Look at that, and here you can also see where is FUBO going on the weekly chart, coming right into a previous high, and also coming right into a previous area. So again, not an area that you want to be buying, probably an area you want to be taking some chips off the table. And I think this is just another indication of what I'm seeing out there is, pretty good moves. Probably need to take a break. All right, some of the MVST. This is another one that they are starting to pop and really get up and go, which is fantastic. I like what's happening with the market, but probably overdone. You can see here, just like FUBO, what it do? Got outside that daily third ATR and pretty big gap between price and that moving average, and you can see at some point they're at least starting to pull back. I don't know how far down they're going to go, but you can see here that that's very excessive. And same thing here on the weekly chart, ran right into that third ATR. And let's see if you look left. Look at this coming right into. I'll get my pen working, coming right into that area, right there. So if you look left, you can see that things are just finding some resistance, some natural resistance. Gosh, I'll even show you TOST. This one was perfect. We've been in it for quite some time. Let's see where we get in through here. Yeah, we bought this, I think, right there, and then we took half profits off right there, and then we added back on there. Maybe didn't really save much as far as that pullback. It would have been better if I bought something right around there, but I'm not that great at buying dips because I never know how far they're going to go, so I like to wait till they turn around. My style is to actually be pretty precise. I like to find them just before they go. You can see here that was just a great setup right there with the Moxie indicator and everything, and so I added right as it was popping, and absolutely fantastic. So we took off half the position yesterday. I mean, literally right at the top. We took it off right there, and you can see even on the weekly chart running right into that weekly 30 TR. And what are you seeing today? Well, lots of pullbacks. So this is very indicative of what we're seeing across the board. Again, you look at the internals, you're starting to see some stuff kind of lighten up. Again, I like the market overall. You know, if we go look at the IWM even, it's looking healthy. You know, it's just looking really nice and healthy. But you know, the last couple days on the cooler CPI read, yeah, it's just going to get overdone. You know, that's what the market does. You know, up and down, up and down, up and down. And you can see here it ran right into the daily 30 TR. You know, had a gap right there, and you can see it's just pushing too much over the last couple days on the hourly chart. And again, this came from a very nice 5-6 day run, something like that. So just give it a break. Expect it to come back down, and let's see what it can do. And even here, if you kind of look at that, looking left on the IWM, and what's it doing? It's coming up into some resistance, right in through there. It could go higher, but probably needs to take a little break. And again, right in through there. So if you guys kind of pick up on it, you know, the theme for today was actually yesterday was to take some cash off the table and expect to pull back here, and then we'll just have to see where the pullback wants to go and how strong the market wants to be, and you just got to find the right kind of opportunities out there. So again, hopefully you guys enjoy this, and you know, if you're new to me, come over to profitpilot.com, and we'd love to see you guys in the trading room. We do have quite a few new people there, lots of chatter. You know, really enjoy it. Again, getting some pretty good emails from everybody saying that they like the Moxie Indicator. So come pick it up. You can get on stockcharts.com, obviously, and we'd love to see you there. And we'll catch you at the next one. Enjoy your weekend.